Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Jackson Beck starring as Detective Philo Vance. This episode broadcast May 23rd, 1950, and this episode is entitled The Money Machine Murder Case.
You see how simple it is, Mrs. Willoughby?
Uh-huh.
You make your own money, just exactly the way the government does. Now, you put this blank piece of paper in the machine.
Uh-huh.
You turn the crank. And out comes a brand new $1 bill.
It certainly does.
Yeah? Now, those $1 bills I made up yesterday with this machine, you took them to the bank?
Yes, and they said it was real money.
Oh, you see what I mean? And you saw me make them. I made them right in front of your eyes with this machine.
You sure did.
Now, you give me $10,000 and it's yours. You can make as much money as you want, whenever you want.
$10,000.
That's right.
Tell me, Mr. Crane, why are you so anxious to sell this machine? All you would have to do is turn the crank and out would come real bills.
Lady, I've got a lot of machines. I want to sell them and quit. That's simple, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You got plenty of dough, but there's enough larceny in
What
you.
did you say?
Don't let it bother you, lady. There's larceny in everybody. Proof that it's in you is that you asked me to come back today.
Mr. Crane, I'll give you $10,000 for your machine.
Good.
Providing I'm sure that the paper you insert in the machine is actually the one that comes out as a dollar bill.
Oh,
That ought to be simple.
yeah.
I'll put my initials on the blank paper. If my initials appear on the bill when it comes out, I'll buy the machine. Now, wait, I've got a pen and ink right here. All right. Now, hand me one of your blank pieces of paper.
All right. Here you are.
Thank you. My initials, E.W. There we are. All right, Mr. Crane.
Okay. I'll take the paper, put it in the machine. Take out a brand new dollar bill. There you are. Take a look at it, Mrs. Willoughby. A brand new buck with the initials E.W. on it, just as you put them on the blank piece of paper a second ago.
It's the same piece of paper, and those are my initials, all right.
Like I said. Now, what about the 10 grand?
What's to stop me from turning that crank handle 10,000 times, getting your $10,000, and paying you with that?
Nothing. Except I don't deliver you the paper you need till I get your money.
I have it here in my safe. I'll get it.
And I've got the paper all cut out to dollar bill size right here, too. You get the money, Mrs. Willoughby, and from now on you can manufacture your own. The best kind. Handmade.
Markham speaking.
Is this the district attorney?
Yes, it is.
Well, it better be. And you'd better do something about me.
I'd like very much to.
Don't be cute. I'm Emily Willoughby, and I've been swindled.
I'm the district attorney, and I'm very sorry. Mrs. Willoughby, tell me exactly what happened, and I'll do what I can.
Well, somebody sold me a money-making machine, and it doesn't work. And I paid $10,000 for it yesterday.
Aren't you calling me 24 hours too late?
Well, never mind when I'm calling you. I want to do something. I want you to do something. I paid the man
I know, $10,000. He demonstrated a machine and took blank paper and converted it into $5 bills.
$1 bills.
Oh.
But how did you know what he did?
It's a very old racket, Mrs. Willoughby, and it wouldn't work except that people such as yourself are looking for something for nothing.
What? Oh, really?
Have you any idea who the man is?
He said his name was Crane. Joe Crane. Do you know him?
No, I don't.
Well, do you know where you can get him so you can arrest him?
No, but I'll have a man put on it right away. You shouldn't have had anything to do with Crane, Mrs. Willoughby.
Look, don't talk to me like that. He's the criminal. I'm not.
The only reason you aren't, Mrs. Willoughby, is because the machine didn't work.
Come on in. The door ain't locked.
Hi, Joe.
Hiya, Sniffy.
How's chicks?
So-so. What's with you?
Okay. Get the money?
What money?
Oh, gonna be like that, huh? Joe, I'll give you a money-making machine and a gimmick that makes it foolproof. You had a sucker. Give me my cut of the dough you got, or the machine.
I couldn't get rid of it. The sucker got smart.
Yeah, so I'll take the machine.
Well,
Where is it? I can get a front man, get rid of it easy. Come on, let's have it and I'll blow.
I don't have it here.
Oh, so that's the way it is, huh? Come on, train, stop stalling. Give me that machine or I'll break you into dimes. Where is it? Where is it?
Let go of me.
Give me my machine. Give it or I'll choke it out. You double-crossing rat. Used a knife on me, did you?
Jeannie,
Oh, what's this?
get out of here.
So you killed Sniffy, huh, Joe?
Now, look, don't scream. Don't do nothing. Just get out of here fast. He was choking me. I had to do it. You wouldn't want me dead, would you?
You killed him, Joe.
Yeah, I killed him. Now, get out of here before you get wild and start yelling so somebody will hear you and get the cops. Go on, beat it. I don't want you getting hysterical.
Seems to me you're the one getting hysterical, Joe.
No, I'm not.
Now, take it easy. I won't blow. All I'm going to do is help you get rid of that knife you're holding. And this body.
Well, Vance, there's the body, lying just where a farmer found it. It obviously had been knifed somewhere else and thrown from a car.
You know who the victim is, Markham?
Sergeant Heath identified him. A larcenous individual named Sniffy Edwards. I don't suppose this is any case that will intrigue you, but you were in my office when the call came.
And I insisted on going with you.
I know.
Notice anything peculiar about Sniffy, Markham?
No. He has a knife wound in his chest, and he's dead, which certainly is normal enough.
Look at his shoes. The soles are very thick.
Well, yes, I suppose they are. But this isn't a case for you, Vance. It's undoubtedly an underworld murder, and Sergeant Heath will get whoever killed this man.
Mind if I look at the soles a minute?
Go ahead. Your penknife, Vance, you need that to look with?
You never can tell what it will help me see.
What you're doing is a little illegal, Vance.
Oh, my friend, is there such a thing as a little illegal?
I stand corrected. You find anything?
Yes. There was a piece of paper in the sole of the shoe. Take a look. It's a diagram of some kind of machine.
Arrow indicates where blank paper is inserted. Another arrow where money comes... Vance, I know what this is. It's the diagram for a money-making machine.
Undoubtedly.
I got a complaint this morning from a Mrs. Willoughby that she had been swindled by a Joe Crane who sold her a money-making machine. This couldn't be a coincidence.
In all probability, it isn't.
I had a man trace Joe Crane. He called in his address just before we left. I think perhaps we ought to see Crane. What about it?
I'm with you. Let's go call on Joe Crane and see if this plan for a money-making machine was the instigation of his plan to murder Sniffy Edwards.
Come on, Jeannie, hurry it up.
Okay, Joe, but this valise is heavy. It's the last one, though. We're all packed and ready to move. You got plenty of gas in the car?
Yeah, it's loaded up to the top. I got a 15-gallon can in the back, so we don't have to stop for at least 500 miles.
Oh, good.
Here, I'll put that bag in the back here. Close the back up. Now, come on. Let's get in and get going.
You think it's smart to blow town right after you knocked off Sniffy?
You think it's smarter to wait around here to get picked up?
Oh, maybe. Nobody's got anything on you.
Yeah, nobody's gonna have either. That's the reason we're blowing. Wait a minute. Let me get in first.
Okay.
Hop in. Close the door and we'll get going.
It's okay with me. I don't even care where we're going, as long as I'm with you.
Yeah, we're off. We won't speed. We won't do nothing to attract attention. In a little while, we're in the clear with 10 grand of Mrs. Willoughby's dough. Nobody to finger me for Sniffy's killing.
Sounds swell to me, Joe. Gee, I like being with you.
Move away, honey. Gotta keep my mind on driving. Jeannie.
Huh?
There's a car following us.
Where? How do you know it's following us, Joe? Take it easy.
I know. I'm gonna step on it and see if it is.
The other car's picking up speed, too. There are 2 guys in it, Joe.
Cops, I guarantee. Well, they won't grab me. This car of mine can get away from anything on the road. You got my gun?
Yeah, sure. Here, Joe. Take it and shoot it out with them if they get close.
Throw the gun out the window, quick.
Now, throw it out the window.
Sure, you dope. You want to get caught with it on you? Throw it when we go around this bend.
There. Okay, Joe, I got rid of it.
Now, let's see if we can get rid of that car.
You're going 55 now. 58.
I got my foot on the floor. This crate will pick up to 85 on a straightaway road. Just hold tight and say nothing.
Gee, this is exciting.
Yeah, sure, some exciting. If I don't lose that car in back of me, I get... Uh-oh.
Oh, they're getting closer, Joe. And you made me throw your gun away. Oh, Joey.
I can't lose them, Jeannie, so keep quiet and let me do the talking. I'm going to stop.
You made me throw your gun away, Joe. Why did you make me do it? You could have killed them when they drove up.
Shut up and don't move.
Well, what'll they do to us, Joe? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't think they got a thing on us.
Oh, no, in a minute now. Here come the two guys.
I know I see them. Remember what I told you. Shut up.
Well, you two certainly led us a chase. I'm District Attorney Markham. You're Joe Crane.
That's right.
Who's the young lady with you, Crane?
Who are you to be asking questions?
He's Philo Vance. Who is she?
Well,
My girl. What do you want with me, D.A.?
That remains to be seen. Right now, I want you to come back to my office with me. Then I'm going to call on Emily Willoughby and see if she can identify you as the man who sold her a money-making machine.
That's the rap, huh?
Part of it, Crane. There's a possibility we might be able to prove you killed a man named Sniffy Edwards, too.
Edwards? Edwards? Never heard of him.
Me either.
I suppose you never heard of a money-making machine.
That's right.
The things these people don't know, Markham.
Yes.
Well, let's get going back to your office. I'm not half as concerned over what they don't know as they will be over what we do.
Yes, that's him. That's definitely the man who sold me the money-making machine.
That dame's off her beam. I never saw her before.
Well,
You're positive, Mrs. Willoughby?
Yes, of course I am. Well, you have him right here? You have the machine your men picked up at my house right here? Well, Markham?
We'll take care of him.
Markham.
Yes, Vance.
Suppose you take Mrs. Willoughby into the next office and get her to sign a complaint against Crane. I want to talk to him.
Certainly. Mrs. Willoughby?
I'll be glad to sign a complaint. I'll sign anything just to make sure he's arrested.
Well, Vance, what do we talk about? The weather? Baseball? Pick a subject.
Don't be cute, Crane. You're in the spot. Mrs. Willoughby's identification is all Markham needs to send you away.
Oh, really? So she identified me. So what? So I sold her a machine. So what? It's a legitimate business transaction. There's nothing wrong with that machine.
Except that it doesn't make money as you claim. Although even if it did, that, of course, would be illegal.
That would be the government's worry, not the district attorney's or yours.
That's partially true, but the fact remains that the machine doesn't work.
No?
No.
Look, here's some of the paper that came with it. This hunk here. Just the size of a dollar bill. Put your initials on it. Put anything you want on it.
What for?
I'll show you it does work. Go ahead, write something on the paper.
Well,
What's the matter? Can't you write?
I think I will test you, Crane. I'll take my fountain pen and draw a little design on this paper. There.
Okay. I take the paper, put it in the machine, turn the handle, and look what comes out. A brand new $1 bill.
Where's the design I put on the blank paper?
On the bill. Here it is. Take a look. And that dough is good dough. You can take it to any bank.
I'm quite certain it is really money. And that is the design I put on the blank paper.
Look, I don't sell the money, just the machine. I'm not responsible for what people use it for. I ain't in competition with the government. Now, I think it'd be an idea if you talked to the district attorney and saw to it that the three of us get out of here.
The three of you?
Sure. Jeannie and me and this machine, which has you stopped so good you haven't the slightest idea how it works.
May 23rd, 1950, Philo Vance on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of Philo Vance starring Jackson Beck, May 23rd, 1950.
This is District Attorney Markham. The money machine murder case is an unusual one. Philo Vance is quite certain that Snippy Edwards, an underworld character, was killed because he'd invented a money-making machine. And we are equally certain that a man named Joe Crane, whom we have had in custody, is the killer. Although we have a larceny case against Crane, Vance is more interested in proving murder against him. We have let him and his girl out on bail. We don't know where they are.
Scared? Of course I wasn't scared. It was wonderful. The DA chasing me in his car, and then Vance and him questioning Joe and me. Joe thinking I was his girl and not yours. Gee, it was swell.
I'm glad.
Oh, sure it was swell, Frankie. Only thing is, it's going to keep me from getting that money-making machine from Joe. He doesn't know what I'm playing along with him for.
Sometimes I ain't sure either.
Huh?
You'd double-cross anybody in a minute if there was some excitement in it, Jeannie. You're double-crossing Joe Crane? You'd do it to me, too, if you got a chance.
To you, Frankie? Oh, never.
Never, she says. You have a lot on me, Jeannie, and I'm not sure whether I like that or not.
Well, look, Frankie, I gotta get over to see Joe. We gotta stay in town because the cops told us to. I better see him so I can make plans to get that machine away from him.
Sit down, Jeannie.
But I gotta...
Sit down.
Why? What for? What's going on?
As I said, you know too much about me. So I have a little present for you. This.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Frankie. What's a gun for? You aren't gonna kill me. I didn't do anything, Frankie. I
Who
wouldn't...
said anything about killing you? I said I have a present for you. This gun. Here, take it. You're going to need it if you keep trying to outsmart a guy like Joe Crane.
Markham, you don't have to tell me that it's all very irregular and very illegal. I know it.
I'm rapidly becoming convinced that it was a mistake to let Crane and his girl out of custody, Vance.
You only allowed them to leave because I asked you to. And believe me, Markham, you can pick him up on the larceny charge at any time.
Oh, that's so.
But I want him free so I can prove murder against him.
So you said yesterday. All right, Vance. I'll go along with this a little while longer. By the way, how does that money-making machine work?
I think I have an idea.
The design you put on a blank piece of paper actually came out on the dollar bill.
It was on it when Crane gave me the bill, and it was a good bill, Markham.
Perhaps there was a camera in the machine. It took a picture of the design, then stamped it on the bill. No, that's preposterous. It couldn't possibly be done that way.
It wasn't.
Don't tell me that machine actually makes money from blank pieces of paper, Vance.
No, I won't tell you that either, because that isn't true. But, Markham, talking to you just now has given me an idea.
Yes?
What details of the death of Sniffy Edwards have you released?
None. Except that we found his body. That's all anybody knows.
Good. Now, Markham, if I'm right about how that machine works, I think I can promise to bring Joe Crane into your office again, only this time with a very solid murder charge against him.
You sure you go for me, Jeannie? You positive?
I'm positive. I'm superlative. I'm everything, Joe. I just don't want to do a thing except hang around you.
Good.
Don't that prove something?
Maybe.
Ah, Joe.
What about Frank Lacey? Used to be pretty sweet on him.
Sure, I used to be. I didn't give you any guarantee I'm going to be in love with you forever, Joey.
Yeah, I know, but I hope so.
All I know is right now, you're for me.
Maybe.
Joey, show me the money-making machine.
It's over there in the corner. Go look at it.
Oh, I don't mean that. I mean, show me how it works. I know that machine is nothing but a roller with 2 slits and a phony bottom. You feed blank paper in one slit, turn the roller, and it picks up a legit dollar bill from the bottom and slips it out the other side. Only, how do the initials get on the bill?
I'll write you a letter about it sometime.
Oh, come on, Joey, tell me. I won't...
Okay, Joey.
Well,
on your feet.
Frank.
Sure, Frank. Frank Lacey. And I'm getting a little tired of playing games. Come here, Joey.
Hey, leave him alone, Frankie.
Shut up.
Okay, Frank, what's with you? What's going on? What do you want?
That machine over in the corner. The one Sniffy Edwards invented. And I want the monogram gimmick. Jeannie here was supposed to get it for me, but I've been waiting too long. Let's have the story, Joey. How do you do the monogram thing?
Oh, that. Well, you see, Frank, you...
Wait! Gene, help me! Help me!
Sure, I'll help you.
Thanks, Jeannie. He was killing me. Thanks for shooting him.
Oh, that's all right, Joey. Pleasure was all mine. That's a funny thing, though. Frank gave me the gun this morning, and I killed him with it this afternoon.
Yeah.
That's life.
I'd thank you a little more, Jeannie, if I was awful sure who you was aiming at when you shot.
Joey.
Don't Joey me. Let you and I... Wait a minute. We'll talk about you and me in a little while.
From May 23rd, 1950, Jackson Beck as Philo Vance. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Yes, that's me. We'll hear the conclusion following these words from your favorite radio station. You know, for years you've heard me talking about My Pillow here on Classic Radio Theater. And the My Pillow and Mike Lindell have right now a huge buy one, get one free extravaganza. And what are the things they include? They include several different varieties of My Pillow. The Giza Elegance My Pillows are buy one, get one. Roll and Go Anywhere My Pillows. I, by the way, have one by my recliner. It is delightful, and many times I don't intend to doze off, but I do. Also, the 6-piece towel sets and bed sheet sets, those are all available. Buy one, get one. Now, they've set us up our own page over at MyPillow.com. You go to MyPillow.com/USA. That's MyPillow.com/USA, and you will find links to all the current buy one, get one specials. Plus, with everything you buy now, you get Mike's softcover book, What Are the Odds? From Crack Addict to CEO. It's a $20 value, but you have to use the promo code USA. You get the book free when you purchase anything. Dog beds, $19.99, as low as $19.99 with the promo code. And you know those dogs love the MyPillow dog beds. And the MyPillow slippers, pet blankets, complete mattress systems, 2-inch mattress toppers. Those are delightful. Go to MyPillow.com/USA or call 1-800-951-8175. Use the promo code USA at checkout. MyPillow.com/USA, promo code USA, and save you a great deal on a great night's sleep and other things when you go to MyPillow.com/USA. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Philo Vance and the Money Machine murder case, originally broadcast May 23rd, 1950.
Yeah?
This Joe Crane.
Who's this?
Friend of Sniffy Edwards.
So?
So, I got all of Sniffy's machines, and I thought maybe you'd like to buy them cheap.
How cheap?
$100 a piece. I got 10 of them. You can get a fortune for them.
Why don't you sell them?
I'm hot. Gotta leave the country.
How do I know this is on the level?
Nobody knows Sniffy's gimmick on how them monograms go from the blank paper to the good dough, do they? Nobody except you and Sniffy.
And you.
That's right, and me. I got the whole gimmick right under my thumb. That tell you enough for you to meet me?
You know it is. Where are you?
In a joint called Molly's on the waterfront. Walk right through and into the back room. I'll be there. Only don't be too long, Joey. I'm hot, like I told you. The only thing that'll cool me off is cold cash.
Vance, you look like a professional panhandler if I ever saw one. Where did you get such ugly-looking clothes?
Bought them, Markham. These overalls, this jacket, this cap, and these shoes cost me $7. Think I got cheated?
Well, I don't know now. You've been doing some cheating yourself, I think. Cheating the barber, that is. When did you shave last?
Yesterday morning. Pretty bad, eh?
Not for what you're trying to do. If you can get what you think you can on Joe Crane, what's the difference how you look?
That's exactly the...
Uh-oh.
Who is it?
Crane. Joe Crane.
That's your cue, Markham. Go out the back door there and don't come in till I call you.
Right. Look, man.
Thanks.
What's going on in there?
I'm coming. Come on in, Crane.
Where are the machines?
You don't think I keep them here, do you?
I ain't sure you keep them anywhere.
Then what are you doing here?
Look, Bud, you know how Sniffy's monogram gimmick worked. You knew he let me have one of his machines to peddle. What else do you know?
That you knocked him off?
Oh, so that's the story, huh?
Yeah.
So long, Bud. Don't take care of yourself.
Wait a minute.
Well?
I'm still hot and I still need dough, like I said, to get away so I can cool off. And I still got those machines, 10 of them.
I'll give you $100 for them. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it. Now you give me $1,000 extra for keeping my mouth shut about you shooting Sniffy.
Shooting Sniffy? You don't know too much, do you? Sniffy was knifed, dope. Go ahead, talk all you want. You get the 100 for the machines and you get moving out of town.
I don't think I will. I think you will be doing the moving, Crane, right into jail.
Hey, you're no bum. What goes with that talk? Who are you?
We've met, Crane. I'm Philo Vance, and you've told me all I wanted to know about you. Only one person would know how Sniffy Edwards was killed, and that was the man who killed him.
What you know won't do you any good. I'm good at...
All right, Markham, you can come in now.
I heard you two fighting, but I didn't want to spoil your fun, Vance.
I'm glad you didn't. Well, there's your larcenist, Markham.
Yes.
Only now he's your murderer, too. You will have no trouble getting a conviction. And after we take him downtown, I'll tell you the details of the traveling monogram, which was the initial step in making Joe Crane show his hand. To begin with, Markham, as soon as Crane was convinced that I knew how a monogram on a blank piece of paper could be transferred to a real dollar bill, he had no hesitancy about coming down to the waterfront and talking to me.
And in talking to you, Vance, he gave himself away. I know that. And I know we found Frank Lacey's body in the Crane's apartment, so we actually have him for 2 murders. But I don't understand how the device worked.
I'll show you. Here's the machine Crane used, and some of the paper that comes with it.
Yes?
Write something on the paper. Here's my pen.
All right. I'll put down my initials. F-X-M. There we are.
Very well. I take the paper.
Yes?
And slip it into the machine. But before I do, I cover what you wrote with my thumb, so the ink gets on my thumb.
The ink gets on?
Then I turn the handle of the machine, and out comes a new dollar bill.
Well.
I take it out of the machine, and as I do, I press my thumb, still with the wet ink on it, on the bill, and your initials are transferred to it.
Oh, brother, no, it can't be that simple.
Oh, but it was.
I see the dollar bill with my initials on it, but I'd never have known how they got there.
Oh, really?
I would have sworn that dollar bill actually was the blank piece of paper I saw you put in the machine.
Well, Markham, the secret of the device was in its simplicity.
It certainly was.
Well, we don't have to worry about it now, nor about Sniffy Edwards' murder, nor about any of the people concerned with it.
That's right.
Let's cart this machine down to the river and throw it overboard. That will be the end of it.
The end of it, and thanks to you, the end of the money machine murder case.
May 23rd, 1950, Jackson Beck starring as Philo Vance on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
It's a big, bold story set in the heartland of America, along the edge of Lonely Mountain. I am open for business. And so Big William Gorgon, played by handsome Michael James, fiercely set down his Midwest roots.
Oh, darling, we're going to sell bathrobes and raise chickens.
Set his adoring wife, Wilhelmina, portrayed by beautiful Glenda Olsen.
Oh, I love our store, Will.
But they hadn't counted on Big Ralph's bathrobes and cattle store coming to town.
Oh, Will, what will we do, Will?
Will had a plan, a way of facing off against tough Big Ralph. We're going to change the face of America. We're going to advertise.
Adver what?
With print, broadcasting, and bus benches, we're going to tell people who we are and where we are.
What's a bus?
And so the story of how one man brought advertising to the heartland.
Oh, Will, will it work?
It will. Well, my name ain't Will, Wilhelmina. You gotta advertise or we'll die. And so the greatest marketing story of all time is here. Advertise or die, dopey.
Put your message on this national advertising platform. Email classicradiotheater@gmail.com. classicradiotheater@gmail.com. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Part 3 of the 5-part yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Tears of Night Matter, originally broadcast May 23rd, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
I'll take that, wise guy. This is Frankie Scanlon. Yeah, I'll tell him. What was that you yelled on the phone?
You heard it.
I heard you say Johnny Dollar.
I told you a long time back I wasn't Hillary Fuchs.
You told me a lot of things.
If I'm going to see Costigan, trot him out.
Just open the door and walk right in. I'm right behind you, see?
Hello, Sam.
Johnny Dollar. What's he doing here, Frankie?
You mean this isn't Fuchs?
Get out of here! Get out of here before I throw something at you!
You heard the man, Frankie. Blow.
No, sit down, Johnny. I won't bother shaking hands. You tried to put me in jail the last time we met.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Location, Miami Beach. 2, the Universal Adjustment Bureau, 518 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Tears of Night matter.
I'm going to sit down here behind my desk and have a drink, Johnny. And while I'm having it, I'm going to ask you a question.
Save your breath. I'll answer it anyhow, Sam. Sam Costigan sat hunched behind the big mahogany desk, glaring at me with a pair of small pig eyes half hidden in a beefy red face. Both hands rested out in front of him, flat. I told him how I'd come to Miami Beach to look into an insurance claim made by Elise Wendover, how I'd been in the office of Hillary Fuchs, her business manager, when Frank Scanlon had walked in, mistaken me for Fuchs, waved a gun under my nose, and insisted I come with him to see Costigan. So here I was, and so what about it?
Help yourself, Johnny.
Well, this is a pretty nice joint, Sam. How long have you been in business in Florida?
Oh, about 2 years.
How's the gross?
Isn't as good as running beer in Chicago, but them days are gone forever. I make out all right. 2 crap tables, 2 roulette tables, a couple of games. A bar and restaurant break it up even. Man, I gotta be careful.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Well, you seem to have enough muscle outside and around to keep you comfy and cozy.
Yeah, punks, all of them. Look at that Frankie Scanlon that dragged you over here. Crazy, that one. But he's the best of the lot, the best I can get nowadays. Not a good muscle left in the business.
You could retire.
Yeah, I might do that one of these days. No. Tell me about your hookup with this Wendover dame, huh?
No hookup, Sam. She claimed benefits on her husband's life insurance. The claim should have been made 2 years ago. I investigated. It's okay.
Made her?
Yeah.
Screwball, huh?
In some ways. She's all right.
Well, maybe it's as good you're here as this Fuchs guy. I wanted him to handle some business of hers, but maybe you can handle it. Yeah. You ever see this before?
No.
Oh, it's a little bit of necklace called the Tears of Night. It's worth a big hunk of cash. Each 4 diamonds are good stuff. Your friend Miss Wendover left it here a week or so ago when she went for a plunge at the roulette table. Anything to say?
It's a very pretty necklace, Sam.
Okay. We both know she's screwy, a widow with a lot of dough and a boyfriend named Teddy. Teddy Davis. He paints. Well, she sent me a check for the 5 G's she lost that night, and I wanted Fuchs to take his thing back to her, but now I got you instead. I want you to take it to her, huh? How about it?
Is that all?
That's all. I got my dough, she gets her Tears of Night back. I couldn't trust any of my punks with it, and I don't like to be seen in public, so you just take it back, huh? It's very simple. Why?
Don't ever go on the stage, Sam.
Why not?
You can act, but you can't lie. You just can't lie at all. And it takes a good liar to be a good actor. Now that you've told me how simple it is, suppose you give me the unexpurgated sequel.
All right, so a check bounced.
Oh, stop it, Sam. She can't issue a check without a countersignature by Hillary Fuchs. He hasn't issued one check on her account since he took it over 10 days ago. So if this thing is hers, explain it all to me, will you? The way it is.
I want another drink. Yeah, you're right, Johnny. There wasn't any check. Miss Wendover called me a couple of hours ago and said if I didn't have this thing back to her tonight, she'd call a load of cops and come out and tear this joint apart. She sounded like she'd do it, too. I mean, well, you met her. You can't tell what she'll do from 1 minute to the next. Screw her, you know?
Not so screwy if she dropped $5,000 and left that. And now she gets it back for nothing.
I just want to get it off my hands. If she came out here with a cop, I'd be closed for the season. And I'm getting old. You know where she lives?
Mm-hmm. I was there earlier tonight.
Here, take the ice to her, and I'll chalk it up to experience, huh? Then you can grab a cab back and come on back out here, and I'll see that you have a good time on the house. How about it?
I'll take it to her, but I won't come back here, Sam.
Oh, Scanlon, Feely, them guys, huh? They worry you?
You do.
What?
I don't believe your last story either. The only thing I believe is that this is Mrs. Wendover's necklace. So I'll take it to her. Sam.
Yeah?
You better get someone beside Feely at that table after this.
You're telling me. You're telling me.
He was mopping his face when I closed the door and went downstairs. By that time, the customers had started to roll in. Young, fresh-faced men with sallow eyes and quick movements, anxious to step up to the tables and lose money. Women in strapless dresses, anxious to show off their newest suntans and help whatever man they were with lose money. Old men, old women, dressed to the teeth. It was a sick old scene from a sick old play. Expense account item 4, $6. Cab fare from Sam Costigan's gambling club to Elise Wendover's apartment.
Oh, Teddy, I thought you'd never get here. The performance begins at 10 o'clock, and you know how the traffic is, and if we're going to have a bite to eat. You aren't Teddy at all, are you?
I'm afraid not, Mrs. Wendover.
Where's Teddy?
I don't know.
Oh. What are you looking at?
Your throat.
Really, Mr.
Dollar. Johnny Dollar. I met you in Hillary Fuchs' office. We talked here later on. Remember?
Of course I remember. Well, really, Mr. Dollar, I'm only waiting for Teddy to come by so we can make the first show at the plaza. I better telephone him, don't you think?
Yes, you do that.
Good night, Mr. Dollar.
The white ermine cape she was wearing and the black strapless thing needed a final touch. She had it. A diamond necklace. In fact, the Tears of Night, the one I had in my pocket, was hanging around her lovely neck. Downstairs in the good light of the lobby, I snapped open the necklace case. Mortuous, it read, House of Jewelry. A gloomy word with a gloomy address. The sign on the window of the House of Mortuous gave a phone number in case of emergency. Item 6, 10 cents, one phone call about my emergency. I made it vague to Mr. Mortuous that thousands of people might die before 6 o'clock in the morning unless I could talk to someone about a piece of jewelry. It went over. Item 7, 50 cents, cab fare to the Sandy Beach Hotel on the less expensive side of Miami Beach.
You find me a bit indisposed, Mr. Dollar, but on the phone you said it was a matter of jewelry. Therefore, Hannibal Mortuous is at your service. Now then, sir, what is so urgent?
I came to ask you about a diamond necklace. I found your name stamped on the inside of the case.
House of Mortuous, a most respected name in diamonds as well as all the lapidary arts. Most respected. Fine jewels and the name Mortuous are... Oh, I do beg your pardon. Continue, Mr. Dollar.
I want you to take a look at this.
And how, sir, do you come in possession of the Tears of Night?
A man named Sam Costigan, who runs a gambling club, asked me to deliver it to a lady named Elise Wendover. Do you know her?
A lovely body propelled by a ridiculous mind. This matter you have just described bears me out. For shame, such conduct. A gambling house, the Tears of Night a pawn. Blech.
Then this is the real thing. It isn't phony.
Mr. Dollar, I'm a gemologist. The House of Mortuous. Of course it's real.
Take a good look.
When an artist creates a dazzling thing of beauty such as this, would he be so unlikely as to forget the time, the patience, the agony of his creation, eh? See here, look here, under the light. 4 weeks, Mr. Dollar, 4 weeks working night and day just to drill that anchor for a simple molding. But see how each stone is carefully mounted to capture every single pinpoint of light. Beautiful, beautiful. An incomparable masterpiece. And for the money.
Well, I'm just curious, Mr. Mortuis. How much money?
About $10,000 on the wholesale market.
What did Noah Wendover pay for it?
$25,000.
I saw another one just like it tonight.
Ridiculous. The finest workman at best would only create a crude resemblance. This kind of artistry demands an artist, Mr. Dollar. And I am that artist.
But it could get by, a copy of it.
To the unpracticed eye, to the layman perhaps, yes. Latet in anguis herba, Latin.
Yeah, well, all I know is agricola.
A snake in the grass, eh? Something wrong?
Yeah, mildly put. Something wrong, yes. Well, how much do I owe you for your time, Mr. Mortuis?
Oh, nothing. It was my pleasure. You know, glancing at that again reassures me of the value and dignity of my work. Anywhere it is magnificent. But I dawdle. You say something is wrong. What?
Mrs. Wendover, you say you met her.
Several times.
She ever mention anything to you about a curse?
Curse? No, I can't say that she did. May I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Are you a friend of hers?
In a way. Off and on.
I know what you mean. One is never quite certain with Mrs. Wendover whether one will be recognized or not, is one? Well, it's late.
Yeah, well, I'm just leaving.
No, you misread me, sir. I wasn't speaking of my own comfort. I noticed the fog has come in. It is dark outside. This is a lonely area. That is a valuable object. Are you armed?
No.
If you are at all concerned for the safety of that piece, I have a small safe in my rooms. You may have the key if you'd care to leave it overnight.
I'll take it with me.
Yeah. Just as well, probably. Suggestion only. You leave satisfied, I trust, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Mortuis.
My pleasure, Mr. Dollar. Remember, omnia mortuus bonum vocal est. All speak well in mortuis. Upon, sir, upon. Good evening.
Downstairs in the dismal lobby of the Sandy Beach Hotel, I looked out beyond the dirty glass windows to discover that the fog had indeed come in and surrounded the area with a choking darkness. The concern of Mr. Mortuis for his artistic creation told me to bang on the night bell and ask the night clerk for some wrapping paper and 50 cents worth of stamps. Expense account item 8. Item 9, phone call for a cab. Just before it arrived, I dropped the tears of night addressed to myself at my hotel in the lobby mailbox. I don't think the two hoodlums waiting outside saw me do it. I didn't think they saw me at all. But they followed my cab when it took me back to my hotel.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, and the old curse comes up with an old-fashioned flourish. See you then. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure and join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
From May 23rd, 1956, yours truly, Johnny Dollar, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. If you like Johnny Dollar or a lot of these shows and you would like to own them on your own, contact my friend Ted at RadioMemories.com. He supplies classic radio theater programs on cassette, CD, or on flash drive for your computer at reasonable costs. RadioMemories.com. And please thank this radio station, support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that brings us to you here free of charge each and every time we roll around on your favorite station. And if you miss a day of our show, you don't have to miss a single one. You can always find our shows available at my webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream the shows, you can learn more about classic radio collecting, and you can contact me, classicradio.stream. Or via podcast through Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, or Amazon. Just search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. That's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.